They're coming at dusk. When the sun goes down, they come. They come in around 5:40.
Do we stop here? No? Or we are stopping somewhere else?
You are a bit late, but I can give you like 20, maybe 30 minutes. The next
Mấy ơi, không em.
好吧。40
25 minutes.
Before we go to the beach tonight, leave all food, rubbish and recycling at the visitor centre. Little penguins are a wild species, one pair.
island, so that really, really large portion of the island, and it does include the entire southern coast. So if you all look way off into the distance, you'll see there's a pyramid-shaped rock, and then beyond that pyramid rock is flashing light every 10 seconds, and that's Cape Bullemai. So the southern coast starts from there all the way down to the Summerland Peninsula, which is where we are now. Now, it's such an important coastline to look after because there's such diverse and unique flora and fauna along that coastline, as well as endangered flora and fauna along that coastline. Now, we also have 3 other sites. So we have the Koala Conservation Reserve, Churchill Island, and the Nobby Centre. Has anyone ventured out to one of those sites? Can we have a show of hands again? Not too many of you? Well, we really, really do recommend going and checking out some of our other sites for 2 reasons. 1, they're pretty amazing if we do say so ourselves, and 2, we are a completely visitor-funded organisation. Now, what that means is we rely on each and every one of you coming in and spending your money in order to do the conservation and protection we do on Phillip Island. Now, our penguins, they have an incredible conservation story. We're lucky to still have them here. We nearly lost them back in the 1980s. And the way that we can keep protecting them like we do is by all of you coming and visiting. So thank you so much on behalf of myself and all of the guides at Nature Parks. We really, really appreciate you visiting. Now onto the little ones that we're going to be seeing tonight. You're all currently sitting or standing in the largest colony of the smallest penguin in the entire world. Just let that soak in for a second. It's very, very special. Now when we call them little penguins, and when we say they're small, we truly mean it. They're about 30 centimetres tall, which is roughly a foot. So in reality, that's not that much bigger than my microphone. And these are the only penguins we have in the wild in Australia. Now they're also incredibly special because they're the only penguin out of all 18 species that have blue and white feathers, not black and white feathers. And the reason that they have blue and white feathers is if you look into this beautiful ocean behind me here, you'll notice the beautiful blue colour of the ocean. So their little blue feathers blend in perfectly with the ocean around them while they're swimming along. And then if anyone's ever sat in the bottom of a pool or the ocean with goggles on and looked up, you'll know that the reflection of the sun on the water makes it completely white. So their little white bellies blend in perfectly with that as well. So such little birds, they don't have many defence mechanisms, so their number 1 defence mechanism is to stay nice and invisible while they are in the water. And that works so, so well until they arrive on this yellow sand at night. When they arrive in this yellow sand, they stick out like a sore thumb to their number 1 predator, which are birds of prey. So things like eagles, kites, hawks, harriers, and Pacific impala gulls. Pretty much any bird that can come and pick up a rabbit can come and pick up a penguin. But there's nothing to worry about because our penguins are incredibly smart, and they have worked out that all of those birds of prey go to bed or go off to roost once it gets nice and dark. So that's why they join us after the sun has set. Now you come at a very, very special time of year. There's a lot of activity happening in the colony. So how we best recommend you spend your night is by spending about 20 to 30 minutes down here on the stand watching the little penguins come up the beach, and then spending the rest of your time up and around the boardwalks. Now there will be a lot of mating and socialising happening, and there are already quite a few penguins on land, so there's a lot to see up there as well as a lot to see with the beach crossing hopefully tonight. Now, a few housekeeping rules, just because our little penguins, I'm sure, aren't too far away. Number 1 is that this is a seated event, so please make sure you stay seated. If you would like to stand, you can stand all the way up the back where Gary is. Gary, give us a wave. So all the way up the back, and that's simply because we want to create as minimal disturbance to our little penguins as possible. So we need to make ourselves nice and small and nice and quiet, and be respectful to them because we are visitors in their home. Now, another thing is we do need to keep our cameras away from this point onwards. So please, anyone who has any camera, it needs to go away in a pocket, in a bag, keep your phones away. Absolutely no photography is to be taken tonight on the stand, on the boardwalks, until you get back to the visitor centre. Now, as a thank you, back in the visitor centre, there's a QR code on a purple poster, and that'll take you to our little penguin gallery where you can download free photos and videos, and that way you can go home with some photos and some videos and show your friends and family what you did see tonight. And that's our way of thanking you for keeping your cameras away and respecting the penguins, because that's what we want to do tonight. We really want to respect our penguins. Now the little penguins are going to come up on either side of the stand, so if you're on one side and they're coming up over the other side, please stay where you are seated. Don't run to the other side, because I promise penguins will come on that side as well. Now finally,
घूस घूस नेवला. बाकी कोण पीछे तो तुम ये इससे लोग होने से आ गए.